right, y'all. So we're back and I think I've been back. This is like my first time back in a long time on Facebook. I got put on Facebook detention for a while. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to dwell on it. So, and this was the original plan for the content to cash machine. My goal is to get you guys recording today, and we did our first 3-day sprint, and I pretty much was the only person participating in it. And so I'm coming on here to encourage you guys, if you're interested in, if you got a brand or an organization or a business or something that you want to make content for, you want to start recording for, this is your opportunity to do it. Last week I did a live stream with Brian Gesser from 531 Labs, and we're going to be doing multiple ones of those, where it's just two guys who own marketing agencies, kind of talking about trends and stuff in the industry that business owners need to be aware of. But here's the thing. Um, this week, this week's prompt, I'm gonna start doing these on Facebook. I mean, this is gonna be kind of the launch for that. Just because I think this is kind of the better avenue to do it. And so coming out on my socials, and utilizing my current socials instead of just keeping everything, like keeping the launch event in the school community, makes more sense, because whether you're in my community or not, really my goal is I want to get you guys recording, and you could do it on your own. You can do it with me. You can be inside the school community where you kind of get that support, and I can do some more hands-on stuff. And plus I've designed a course or two to help you kind of sort through some of the technical aspects of it. But here's the reality. I'm start doing the live stream, the launch events for each weekly 3-day sprint. Start doing them here, and then we'll kind of push it back to the school community, or repost in the school community. Okay. And so this week we're kicking off a brand new 3-day sprint. And what is the 3-day sprint? The reason why I decided to do a 3-day sprint is, more times than not, people do 5 or 7-day sprints when they want people to get things done. And typically people start drifting off around day 3. So I figured, why not just make it 3 days? This is to get your stuff scripted, recorded, get a rough draft recorded, and then get a final draft recorded and posted in 3 days. And then you can use the rest of the week to kind of evaluate, and start making notes for what you want to do next week, if that makes sense. Okay. What's up, Les? Hey, thanks for jumping in, bro. So this week's video is about, and this is kind of your prompt to start recording content. This week's video is about the simplest way to fix something for your clients. Okay. Not this day, not this week, today. So you're going to give them a tip that they can use to fix something that's not going right in their life or their world. And it's going to be related to your product or service or organization, if that makes sense. Okay. And so the idea is, we're going to walk out of this live stream today with your topic, your draft, and day 1 already done, if that makes sense, y'all. And so that's kind of what we got going today. All right. So today's topic to start the sprint is the simplest way to fix this today. That is your prompt for the week. And it needs to be related to your product, service, or organization. All right. All right. Most people will delay creating content because they think every video has to be deep or like complicated, this multi-tiered thing. And it really doesn't. This prompt forces us to simplify the message, and it forces clarity in a way that a lot of things don't. And so I don't want to overcomplicate the process of creating content that gets people engaged. Okay. Everybody wants quick wins. This is a quick win prompt for your audience. Okay. And so the video you're going to make is what problem you're going to solve, or basically it's a way to do a quick win. And I'm trying to juggle through 5 different sets of notes here. but the simplest way to fix this thing today. And giving those quick wins is one of those things that will get your audience engaged. You give them a quick payoff right off the gate, and they start building that trust with you. Okay. Why it matters. Your audience will resonate with a uh, simple and actionable content. Like actionable is a word that I use a lot. When I read like business books, because I've read hundreds of business books and marketing books, one of the things that I use to judge the quality of the book is how actionable is this? Can I take this information and apply it to my life right now? And a lot of business books are hung up in the theory crafting side of things. And so what happens is when they get too hung up in the theory side of things, um, yeah, it can help. It can give you a good perspective on things, but that doesn't necessarily tell you what to do to apply the theory. We're basically it gives you the theory, but not like the praxis of how we're actually going to do the thing. Okay. So we're going to focus on simple, actionable content and not focus on long explanations. Okay. So this is the prompt. The simplest way to fix this today. This prompt works in any industry. You just take a problem your customer has and give them the simplest way and simplest step they can use to fix it. That's it. You pick a common problem, something that people are always hounding you about, something that may not be, you know, it may be something that is super low leverage, but it is time consuming for you that you can answer in a public forum, or something that's simple enough for somebody to solve on their own. Okay. So you're going to take a problem your customer has, give them the simplest step they can use to fix it today. This is not the most advanced thing. This is not the whole process. This is the first step that starts getting them moving forward to start fixing their problem. Okay. So, example, the simplest way to fix your content strategy today, the simplest way to fix your kids' footwork today, the simplest way to fix why nobody responds to your marketing today. We're going to offer that easy first step that a person can take, where we're not laying out the entire theory, we're not laying out the entire process. And so that's going to be the video prompt for this week. And that's what I want you to create content on for your product, service, organization, whatever you're pushing, whatever you are trying to push people towards. I want you to be talking to your audience and say, hey, this is the simplest way to fix blank today. Right? We're offering an immediate transformation. Okay. And so I'm gonna walk you through and if you're in my community, this is the framework that I use to script videos. It's HPSA. That's hook, point, story, and action. Okay. So we're gonna go through day one right here. And if you need to rewind it, if you need to go back, whenever this live stream actually posts, we can go back and rewind it, or break out a pen and pad and do it right now. Okay. I want you to think about who you're serving first, like get that locked in your mind. We call that in marketing is for me, it's the client avatar. There's plenty of different names, but this is your ideal client. Okay. The person that you're speaking to, the person you're trying to engage, the person you're trying to help. Okay. So get a pen and paper. So your hook is, here's the simplest way to fix this today. Okay. Your point is, the easiest fix is usually the one people ignore. Okay. Your story is going to involve something about, maybe you have a client that you can kind of use as a test case. And you say, one client tried everything, but the moment they did this small thing, everything started to change. And the call to action is, try this thing today and see the difference. And that's day one of the sprint. All we're doing on the first day is we are going to script out what we're going to say and practice saying it to camera. That's it. Again, we're about starting messy here. And when I say say it to your camera, I mean pick up your camera, pick up your phone, turn on your camera app, and talk directly to it. Okay. And so we have a rough draft of a video going forward today. All right. That's day one of the sprint. That's all you need. All right. This is what you need to write. And then day 2, we can actually come in and start recording this thing. All right. So if you're like me and you do voice notes, you can use a voice note to record this, or you can just write it out. All right. So let's go back through this. Hook. The simplest way to fix, here's the simplest way to fix this today. The point of this, the easiest fix is usually the one people ignore. Your story that you're going to use for the video. One client tried everything, but the moment they did this small thing, everything changed. And the call to action, try this thing today and see the difference. All right. That is your framework for this week. And so that's going to be a very simple script that you can use to build a, 30-second to 2-minute video. All right. And what we're leveraging is your area of expertise. Okay. We're leveraging something that you already know. The only thing is you're taking this information and giving it to your audience that don't know the thing. Okay. Okay. So that's day 1 of the sprint. And I'll come back to this and review it a couple of different times, but this is what your prompt is for this week to start recording. Okay. The prompt is the simplest way to fix this today. All right. Now this is day 1 of the sprint. All you need to do is write this out, and then we can move on to day 2. All right. Day 2 is where we're actually practicing recording this thing and getting a rough draft. I want you to start messy, leave the ums and ahs and everything in there and record it. Just get it out of your system so that you have something to look at, and then make notes. And make notes. Did you stay on topic? How long is this? And things along those lines. And then you're going to come back on day 3 and try it one more time. All right. I don't want to get too far into the editing process, because when you get too far into the editing process this early, especially if you've never really recorded content before, this is where your perfectionism bug can absolutely take over and dominate you. And you don't want that. The goal is to get the thing recorded, get it posted as fast as possible. All right. Day 1 of the sprint. Why this makes good content. Okay. People love fast, simple solutions. Like that is a reason why people come on to social media in the first place. There's a lot of TikToks that have all kinds of views just because the person who made the TikTok offered a fast solution. Now, the caveat with TikTok, it may be a complete and utter lie. This thing may be not factual, not based on any sort of reality, but the reason why people engage with it is because they made it so that the person made it seem simple. All you need to do is this. All right. Videos like this get saved, they get shared, they get watched to the end because they're practical, they're useful. Okay. And so this prompt forces you to stop over explaining and start problem solving. And for a client that's looking to make a purchase decision or looking for an expert to hire, by solving a problem immediately, you are showing that you have the expertise to help them out of their problem. Okay. This is also one of the easiest prompts for beginners because you already know the answer. Like, you don't have to really scrape for the answer. If you know your industry, if you know your product, if you know your organization, you know your client base, you can answer this question really fast. Okay. So we're going to walk through the layers of this sprint here. Okay. And so ride along with me. Day 1 is where we write the draft. So you're going to take the framework that I provided a couple minutes ago, and you're going to write your draft. So this is all you need to do. Use the HPSA structure: hook, point, story, action. Write your messy version and post it in the comments. Okay. Day 2. This is and I got a little bit ahead of myself. Day 2 is actually when we record the rough draft. Okay. Talk it out on camera. Don't aim for perfection, aim for done. That's what the most important thing is. You need to actually just get it out there. All right. You can always go back and revise, but let's just get it out there. I want you, day 2 is you're going to use your script that we've created today and do a rough draft recording. It's going to live on your phone. Nobody's ever going to see it except you. Okay. And then day 3 is when we create the final version and publish. Okay. Record it, clean, publish it, drop it with a link or a call to action. you know, and a link or call to action is going to be, if you have more questions, contact me here, or if you weren't able to solve the problem, this is where you can reach me and I can maybe be some help to you, and you put your link or your phone number or whatever, how you want them to reach you. Okay. And I want you to record it, publish it, drop the link so I can see it and give you some feedback. Say, hey, this is great, and give some encouragement or whatnot. This whole thing is about getting you guys off the bench and getting you into the habit of recording your own content. Okay. So this week's prompt is perfect for the system because simple messages turned into simple videos. Okay. So as a reminder, I'm going to jump back here. For the HPSA draft for your framework, this is your script draft here. Okay. So your hook. Here's a simple way to fix this specific problem today. This is for your audience. So a problem that people normally come to you for, we're going to offer them a very simple way, a simple step to get started fixing that specific problem. The point is why we're here. Typically, the easiest fix is usually the one people ignore. Okay. A story, maybe come up with a story about a client that tried all this stuff, or maybe some firsthand experience, how you've seen people mess this up, and they ignore this simple solution and they end up doing a complex thing and it costs them a lot of time or money. Okay. Or you could say, this one client tried everything, but the moment they did this small thing, everything changed for them. Okay. And the call to action is try this today and see the difference. And then maybe say, if you need extra help, you can reach me here, put in a way from them to contact you, or maybe a website link. If you drop a website link, make sure it goes straight to the page that you want them to see. Don't just drop them on the front page of your website. All right. And that's it. And so let's work on getting your script together, and so that we can get started recording by tomorrow. All right, guys. If you need extra help, I have a school community that you guys can join. We're still doing lifetime pricing. If you want to jump in, pay once, you're in forever. And then you get hands-on help from me. And I can jump in and kind of give you a little bit more hands-on guidance. It's almost like paying for a consultant, a consultant on demand. All right. So day one, let's get the draft together. Use that structure we just talked about. Day two, let's talk it out on camera. Don't aim for perfect, aim for done. Okay. And then day three, this is going to be our final version, and publish it. Record it clean, publish it, and drop the link for me so I can, give you props and help boost it, help signal boost what you're doing. Okay. So I'm kind of laying out why we're doing 3 days. 3 days keeps you out of your head. Like if we go past 3 days, then we get into 5 days, people start thinking too much. Okay. Longer timelines turn into excuses, and short timelines turn into momentum. I'm trying to give you guys momentum to get moving forward. Okay. So here's the thing. So I'm doing this on my Facebook and LinkedIn, and I believe YouTube. In my school community, this is what you should do if you're in the school community. Go to the day one thread, write your draft, and post it. Don't overthink it. And I'll give you feedback so your day two recording is a little bit easier. Okay. This is for the people that are in the school community. Okay. If you haven't joined my online community, this is the perfect week to start. This is the simplest prompt you'll get, and it builds your habit fast. My goal is to get you reps with recording, y'all. And it doesn't matter when you start your sprint. You can start it on Monday, you can start it on Tuesday, hell, you can start it on Thursday. But I just want you to be able to turn around a video in 3 days, because here's the thing. Once you get proficient at turning around a video on 3 days, you'll be having multiple videos in your 3-day sprint. And so you'll be recording 3, 4, 5, 6 different videos and have them all ready to go for the next week. And you won't have to think about it. Okay. But if you haven't joined the school community yet, this is the week to start. You're going to see the link in the description here. Go ahead and click that and jump in. All right. But yeah, this is the simplest prompt you'll get. And jump in the sprint. Day one's live now. All right. I'll take some of these Q&A questions and probably post them in the school community if you guys are interested in that. I could also post the actual framework. In fact, I will actually do that in the comments so that you guys have a frame of reference to use to make your videos for this week. Okay. And then you can make your sprint. All right. So here, I'll even post the framework in the comments. So let me do this. Here is the framework to start scripting short videos. All right. And we'll post it right there. These are straight out of my notes too. So this is the framework to actually start posting those videos. All right. All right. I just want to make this as easy as possible for you guys to get started is really what the goal is, guys. Okay. Okay. And so that's kind of where I want things to sit. All right. Here's the framework to start scripting your short videos. Here's the hook, the simplest way to fix this. Here's the simplest way to fix this specific problem today. The point is why we're here. This is the easiest fix. The easiest fix for people is the one that people usually ignore. Okay. The story that you want to use is maybe a story of a client that tried everything, but the moment they applied this small fix, everything changed. Okay. And your call to action is telling them to try it today to see the difference for themselves. Got it? Cool. So that's what we got, y'all. Get started recording. Like I said, stop thinking about this thing and let's start creating your content. Again, the reason why I'm pushing video first is typically video is the entry point for everything when it comes to content creation. Most social media platforms are biased towards video content. And so if you're trying to reach a target audience or something, this is the best pathway to do it. Plus, video forces you to face yourself and it forces clarity. It really does. It forces you to get clear on communicating your message. And it's good practice for when you have to start pitching what your services are to people. Okay. So, and video is one of those things that has a long tail. You know, a video can live online forever and people can always come to it as long as it's relevant. They'll come back to it. And so you could post a link in a video and still be getting clicks on that link years from now. Okay. If your video is good enough or it's valuable enough for people, they will come back to it. All right. And so that's why we're starting with video. I'm going to get into other ways of creating content in the content to cash machine, but I want to get you guys started recording first and foremost. All right. So that's it. That's all I got. I appreciate you. Get started recording. If you guys got any questions or anything, or you went into the school community, go ahead and inbox me and I can send you the link for that. This has been Brian with Unstuck Sessions. I appreciate y'all. Unstuck Sessions and the Content to Cash Machine. I do appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'll get to you guys later. Peace.